to kindly address the gathering.
We have an introductory video. We'll be playing it shortly. Meanwhile, you can address the gathering, just to save time.
வித்தகத்திற்கு வருகை தந்திருக்கும் வித்தகர்கள் அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம், வந்தனம், நமஸ்கார், நமஸ்தே. Happy morning to all fellow members and business owners, friends. I would like to thank our chief guest, Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, inaugurating 53rd and Regional Conference of SARC of ICAI, and guest of honor, Dr. Palnivel Tyagarajan, Honorable Minister for Finance and HR Management, Government of Tamil Nadu. And our sincere thanks to all our institution, like President of ICAI, CA Nigar Jambusaria, and our past President, CA G. Ramasamy sir. And also, on behalf of Safe Zone, we have to thank SARC Chairman Jalabadi sir and Coimbatore Branch Chairman Prabhu and Nav Kumar Secretary, and all our members and committee members, Central Council members, for organizing this wonderful regional conference in Coimbatore. We are very happy to attend regional conference of SARC along with renowned speakers across the country and internationally. I sincerely hope all of you enjoying the two-day session from today and tomorrow. And on behalf of Safe Zone, so how we can do business globally. So when you want to do business globally, there are different challenges you may face. When I am first time I am traveling to Dubai, I thought exploring some opportunities, and I was realizing there are a lot of challenges are there as a Coimbatore grown boy and studied here. So first main barrier what I faced is language barriers. The same way when you are doing business also you will face that kind of barriers. Main barrier what I face is language barrier and cultural differences and managing international teams and working with different nationalities. So that is the main challenge I faced. So whenever you want to do business or like consultancy in abroad, so I can advise you all our chartered accountants nowadays thinking of going to practice internationally, and they have to try to learn all the cultural differences in different countries and adapt to them and also respect to their cultures. Particularly in UAE, if you see, it's like more or less if you are staying in like in India, some metropolitan city, you will feel the same way because there is not much difference. Lot of our Indian community is staying there, so you will get all the facilities when you are doing business or consultancy in UAE. And one thing which we noticed always, whenever we speak in the currency, different currencies, so you have to plan your conversion rates and then currency exchange and inflation rates you have to plan for you properly to fix your pricings. One incident I remember when VAT was introduced in UAE, lot of our Indian members came to Dubai for starting a practice. It's a good welcome move, but at the same time they didn't consider the exchange rates. No, when they were thinking like in India we can charge this much fees, and then they just converted in dirhams and then they quoted there. So because of that, lot of our Indian people, newcomers, they were not able to continue their practice after 1 or 2 years because of the lowest price quoted in the market, and then they are not able to survive after that, because giving service, proper service, you need to charge at least reasonable price. So that kind of fluctuations, you have to plan accordingly and then do proper valuation and pricing policy. And whenever you are doing business abroad, like any country, you first try to understand their policies and political movements and relationships with the countries. So UAE is one of the closely worked country with India, and particularly all the government related projects, even nowadays, they are mutually sharing here and there. And in this year, Dubai is hosting, like one of the UAE is hosting one of the biggest event, Expo 2020. I would like to welcome all of our CA members to at least visit this expo. You will understand, like internationally, how the people are doing business and also brand building activities. More than 192 countries are participating, and another 10 organization is participating. It requires at least 15 to 20 days time to visit all the stalls and all the pavilions and explore and do the business networking. There are a lot of opportunities available internationally because our members, very few members are coming forward and trying to reach the International Business Forum. So I am very happy to hear addressing you guys, and then if anything required personally to take an advice, I am available today and tomorrow. So I'm very much willing to share my knowledge and experience in that country. So whenever you plan for some consultancy, even Sharjah Airport Free Zone is having opportunity to start a tax consultancy and accounting and bookkeeping services activities. You can plan that kind of activities to start. That will be useful for newcomers as an entry point. And there are few challenges we face as auditors to get a license. So initially, my advice is, because this kind of question usually will come in my regular forums. So before starting audit license, maybe you can try with the consultant license, tax consultancy and accounting related services. Then you can plan for auditing tie-ups with the local partners. So that kind of opportunities available. And also coming to the safe zone, whenever you want to do business within an hour, we can give you license. That is the simplest one window option available. When you come with your documentation is not complicated. If it is an individual, if you are opening, then it's very simple. I would like to welcome Mr. Vishnu to go through the what are all the opportunities available, what are all the facilities available in the free zone. So that free zone is giving all kind of activities from trading up to manufacturing and service, all the industry you can have offices over there. So I will ask him to go through fully their facilities available. Please welcome.
Hello.
Sorry, sir? Yeah, yeah, sure.
UAE, who joined Hamria Free Zone Authority.
No, let's go as per our schedule. One second.
Can we? At times it is good to see the trailer after the movie. Let us love the introductory AV of CA Yugamurthy.
CA Yugamurthy Timmayan, fellow member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, marking his presence for 14 accounting and tax consulting in United Arab Emirates. Served as subcommittee member for ICAI Dubai chapter, actively organized various VAT training programs for the members in industry, a career guide, mentor for university students, guest speaker in various forums, a person with varied industry experience, a person's personality excelling in networking and spreading opportunities. Also a social enthusiast who wished to make the best of his skills for the benefit of everyone. CA Yugamurthy Timmayan.
We now request CA R. Balakrishnan, past president of ICI, to kindly present a shawl and a welcome bouquet to Mr. Rajiv, manager of SAFE, Mr. Yugamurthy and Mr. Bala.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause, please. Balakrishnan sir, can we request you to honor the...
I now request to have the AV of His Excellency Saud Salim A. Mazroev, Director, Safe Zone, Sharjah, UAE. Can we have the introductory AV on the screen, please?
Saud Salim Al Mazrui, a young, dynamic, and visionary director of Sharjah Free Zones Authority, UAE, who joined Hamriya Free Zone Authority over a decade ago, has since enshrined his credentials with enviable leadership traits. With a passion for marketing, Al Mazrui, with his forward-looking approach backed by business management and IT background, has made his mark in various commercial domains, achieving various IT-enabled business solutions. His vision and extraordinary competence has come handy in boosting the growth graph of foreign direct investment in UAE, especially in the Hamriya Free Zone. As a director of Hamriya Free Zone and Sharjah International Airport Free Zone, his strategic approach in earning both free zones the status of global brands and favorable investment destination has been appreciable. His contributions in improving the Hamriya Free Zone and Sharjah International Airport Free Zone investment landscape to over 13,000 companies from over 157 countries across the globe are noteworthy. Al Mazrui is well aware of the need for corporate social responsibility and believes that efforts in improving society are critical to achieving progress. A leader par excellence, Al Mazrui believes in customer-centric approach with traits like simplified procedures, transparency, modern and competitive business solutions, to name a few. Saud Al Mazrui is today rated as the business leader with a promise and commitment, possessing a great potential to be a partner in the process of the economic development of the United Arab Emirates.
Since His Excellency is unable to join us because of technical difficulties, we have Mr. Vishnu Sunil who will be making the presentation. There, sir, the session is over to you now.
Can we have the PPT, please?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for waiting for our presentation. Mr. Yuga has already given you a brief update on how to do business in the UAE, what are the difficulties, challenges, and how to go ahead with setting up a company in UAE. Now, what I will speak on behalf of SafeZone is who exactly we are, what exactly we provide, and how easy it is to set up a company and to do businesses, either for yourself or for your clients. So basically, you can just see the brief index of what we're going to go through. So I'll just give you a brief idea of UAE, Sharjah, and then we'll get into details regarding SafeZone and the benefits of SafeZone.
Is it not audible?
Yeah. Next, please. Next. Yeah. So basically, with regards to UAE, the reason why UAE is the international business hub, one of the major reasons would be in terms of its location. Now, in terms of location, UAE is kind of like the center of the world with easy access to the Indian subcontinent, easy access to rest of Asia, Europe, Africa, and to rest of the world. And if you look into it, within about 6 to an 8-hour flight span, you can reach 2/3 of the world's population. Now, also, when you look into the population who are based in the UAE, you can notice that about out of 9.5 million people, about 90% of the population are expatriates, and out of which about 3.5 million people are Indian origin. Next slide, please. Now, just looking into the ratings and industrial advantages of Sharjah, if you look into it, we have gotten an A3 ratings from Moody's about Sharjah's financial outlook. The GDP for Sharjah has been recorded at 14.13 billion USD, and about 34% of UAE's industrial output is from Sharjah. Next. So in terms of the geographical importance of Sharjah as a state within the UAE, Sharjah is located right in between both the Northern Emirates, which is, for example, Ajman, Al Quwain, Ras Al Khaimah, and the Southern Emirates, which is basically Abu Dhabi and Dubai. So there is an easy connection in terms of logistics, which is provided by being based in Sharjah. And Sharjah also has one of the largest airport cargo hubs in the UAE, which is Sharjah International Airport, which is right next to our free zone, and also 3 international seaports, which is basically Khalid Port, Hamriya Port, and Kofa Khan Port. So basically, the idea of SafeZone is, in its basic essence, a licensing authority. So there are two ways to set up a company in the UAE. One, which is basically through a local sponsor who would own 51% of your company, or the other is by setting up a free zone company, which would allow you to own 100% of your company. Now, we are one of the free zones in the UAE which will allow companies to own 100% of their company. And our idea is to support companies in their growth. If you speak to Mr. Yuga about the companies he's helped register in the safe zone, you'll know that our costs are comparatively low. We try to keep cost of operations low for all the companies available, and we try to provide a one-stop shop for all services. So our idea is to make things as easy as possible for businessmen to come and set up their companies and also for them to grow their businesses. This is basically a map of the UAE along with particular points of interest. So if you can look into the red dot, that's basically safe zone along with right next to Sharjah Airport, and you can see the three seaports which we have, which is Khalid Port, Hamriya Port, and Khor Fakkan. And like mentioned earlier, you can see that Sharjah is right in the middle of the entire UAE, which allows for easier access to all parts of the country. Now, some of the key benefits of the free zone are 100% ownership, like I mentioned, and also 100% exemption from corporate taxes and personal taxes for both the investors and their employees. We have 100% tax exemption for all sorts of import and re-export duties, and also 100% access to all types of services within the country. So you're free to do business in terms of trading, providing services, doing any sort of light or large-scale manufacturing setups. And one of the key benefits which we also provide is licensing and setting up of your company within 1 hour. Now, SafeZone provides certain services along with just more than your license, which is basically in terms of providing office spaces, ready-built warehouses, and also plots of land for companies to come and do any type of business they want to do. So there's basically 3 ways to set up your company in terms of the structure. All of these companies are limited liability companies, but the only difference is in terms of how we classify them. So basically with the free zone establishment, what that means is there is one single shareholder. Now this can either be an individual or it can be a wholly owned subsidiary, and it would be classified as an FZE. Now you also have FZC, which is free zone company. The easiest way to recognize this is because it has multiple partners. Now these partners can either be individuals, it can be corporate entities which are the partners, or it can even be a mix of corporate entities and individuals. And finally, the third option is to set up a branch of a local company or a foreign company. So any company which is based in the UAE can set up a branch in the free zone, or also companies like Infosys, Wipro, etc., who all have their bases and direct branch units in safe zone. Now, once you've figured out what type of structure you want to set up, the next option is to figure out what type of activity to select. Now, basically, we have 3 main categories which can be classified into service activities, like Yuga had mentioned, in terms of advisory services, consultancy services, like tax consultancy, you have accounting and bookkeeping services, etc., which you can utilize. In addition to that, we have trading activities. Now, the easiest way to classify trading activities would be if there are any products which are bought and traded and there is no change in shape or form of the product, it would be considered to be a trading activity. Now, with regards to industrial activity, there are multiple options. So you can look into manufacturing, assembling, light manufacturing, you can look into jewelry manufacturing, basically in terms of repackaging, etc., will all be considered to be a manufacturing or industrial license. So if there is any change in the shape or form of the product, it would be classified as an industrial activity. Now, basically, SafeZone's been coming to India and going all around the world in terms of an FDI promotion strategy for the last 20, 25 years. So some of the things which we have realized is, we need to provide an easy barrier of entry for international companies. So for these particular options, we provide like 3 basic options for companies to set up their base with, which is basically a safe office, safe executive, and a safe suite of packages. All of these are giving a company like a minimum space in order to work out with, and also giving people the option to apply for residence visas, which can either be for the investors or it can be for hiring employees to run the business. And again, like I mentioned, one of the main facilities which we provide is also warehouses. SafeZone is actually the largest free zone authority to lease the largest number of warehouses in the UAE. So if you look into it, we have more than 1,000 manufacturing units based in the free zone, and we also have thousands of companies who use these warehouses as their regional logistics hub. And again, we also have certain clients for whom maybe set offices or set types of warehouses are not enough. So there are a large number of companies who have actually over the years shifted onto leasing a plot of land and actually constructing their buildings and requirements as per what they need. Now, like we had mentioned, so SafeZone is like one-stop shop for all your services. We like to think we're a city within a city. We have approximately 8,000 registered active companies in the free zone. We have an active number of approximately 60,000 people which work in the free zone. So it's basically a city within a city, and we have to provide certain value-added services to all of our clients in order to keep everyone satisfied. So we have all types of services which are available from a government perspective. We also have options like restaurants and coffee shops of multiple options. We have other government offices for companies to go and take their approvals and get work done. We also have 24-hour security, which is being provided by the free zone. We have a live customs at the main security gate, which makes it easier for companies to trade and do business with. And we also have clinics, pharmacies, post offices which are available. So like I mentioned, we provide a range of value-added services so that any of the client who's there within the free zone wouldn't have to think about even leaving the free zone to do any part of their business. So that was basically a brief about the free zone. Now, in case if there are any questions and answers, me and my colleague Raji would be available here throughout today and also tomorrow if you have anything to get cleared with. Thank you again. Have a good day.
Thank you, Mr. Vishnu. World is shrinking and it's time to go global. Your information is certainly useful to us and gave us insights of the benefits of ease of operations. Thank you, sir. I now request past president of the institute, CA R. Balakrishnan, to kindly present a memento to CA Yugamurthy.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause, please. President was talking about multidisciplinary firms. I think it's time to really make it international. Not to excel, but even to survive.
Thank you, sir. We now request CA.B. Saravanan, past chairman of the Coimbatore branch, to honor CA R. Balakrishnan, past president of ICI, with a shawl, bouquet, and also the memento.
A big round of applause, please.
Thank you, sir. We request CA R. Balakrishnan, past president of ICI, to kindly give the closing remarks of the session. Hello. Sir, we request CA R. Balakrishnan, past president, to kindly give the closing remarks of the session.
That's a great moment of memory. May we now request C.R. Balakrishnan to give the closing remarks. So we are sending the hand mic for you to. So please use the hand
My dear
mic.
delegates, at the outset, nice to meet you all. At least 60, 70 people are present here. Of course, I'm happy at least 60 people recognize this session and be here. This session, they called me yesterday to say, you must sit in this dais because other no hearts are placed there. I said, okay. Then I thought I'll see all of you. But anyway, I'm happy to see you all today. They said, what is the session, I asked. They said, Saif. I said, I know Saif Ali Khan. Nawab Patwari's son and Kareena Kapoor's husband. So I started preparing them. Then they said, Saif Zone. Oh, then our Timain Ugamraj, yesterday I met in the lobby and asked him, are you going to give? Where is the sheikh? He said, I would have brought a dress. You could have acted as a sheikh. Yes, that would have been appropriate. I would have sat there as a sheikh and you would all know your sheikh has also come. But anyway, that is time. Now I'm happy regarding Sharjah. I don't know very much. Some of you from Coimbatore had gone there to set up, I know that. But COVID time, they couldn't set up. But Sharjah, what I know is, from Dubai, I went in 79 to set up an office and set up an office. But unfortunately, the institute did not permit me. That time, 79. Reason is, the partner there was not a chartered accountant. He's a BCom. Anyway, that not happened. So I went to Sharjah. I met the small station that day. We are only 10 people that in 79. Then walked to Ajman. Then walked to Ras Al Khaimah. Walk. There's no transport. That is in 79. But that happened long back, you know how many years. Then I became president in 85, came back. I didn't set up an office. So I came to India. I'm here to see many of you here known to me. Anyway, thank you very much, the organizers, for giving me this opportunity. I know a very nice presentation has been given by Vishnu, Rajiv. Both are MBAs from Chennai and Calicut, you know that. And they given a good presentation, ably assisting our Ugamraj, who hails from this place. He went to Chennai. He was there. Now he has taken as the executive in Sharjah to grow bigger and bigger. He welcomes you all. He said, you come all, we'll give free accommodation. That is not included there. You come, ticket you buy, he said. He would have bought the ticket also, but lot of people, but he said, you come there, all of you will give free accommodation and see you off and see that you set up some industry or your service office there and all the best. Thank you very much for your nice presentation, though short and lunchtime. An organizer, the master of ceremony, I must congratulate. I come here as the senior most living past president, living. Because I said other past presidents could not come from this region for some reason. They're all close to me, absolutely close. We talk to each other every day 3 times for information. All the other past presidents talk to me 3 times a day. I can call them by name. So they couldn't come. They said, convey our blessings to the delegates, starting from BP Rao, living, I'm telling you, BP Rao, then Raghu, then our Manoharan, Bhupati, and Sitaraman. And our Ramasamy is a great man. He is from Coimbatore. We are proud that time Coimbatore produced a past president, and he is taking the absolute interest. He will say, I am the knowledgeable past president today. I agree with you, Ramasamy. You are more knowledgeable. You are there. And I wish you all the best. And wish all the chairman, Prabhu, thank you very much. The organizers, thank you very much. You have done a wonderful job. I know that in Coimbatore. And this COVID is in blessing in disguise. Why? Now only you know the virtual thing. 5,800 people are watching this thing happening somewhere. You are only 580, totaling to 6,706. Don't ask me how you know the secrets. That is where I know only the secrets, not the subject. Anyway, all the best to you all. Wish you all the best. I know I am going to see you again. I am confident. Yesterday in past president meeting in Bombay, I met Haribhakti, whose vice chairman of Sikasa, I was there. He was the vice president. At the age of 91, he came with a walking stick. So I started gathering walking stick for everyday session. Every session, I'll bring one walking stick. Come to you till that age, 91. I'll see you all. See you all as a delegate. and be with you, and they will also give me a 1-minute chance to come to the dais and say hello. Thank you very much, organizers. You've done a wonderful job, because the first session is over, off session. So, because again, I may not give you opportunity. I wish you all the best, and see that you all grow in profession and carry good memories back to your own place. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Can't match your energy and sense of humor. So kind of you to have presided over this session. Maybe your dream is executed by the next generation.
So, and we sincerely pray, God, that you may not need the walking stick at all. You are our pillar of support eternally. God bless you with good health, wealth, and happiness. Thank you so much, and thank you, delegates, for the patient listening and the being here for this session.
We will now break.